So what is GitHub Actions basically? It is a CI/CD platform. Basically, it is a continuous integration and continuous delivery platform that allows you to build, test, and deploy pipeline. So in this video, we are going to create one HTML page and writing the GitHub workflow, like creating a YAML file for this. And through the GitHub, we should trigger a new code. And by pushing the code, we have to see whether it's working or not. First, we will create the source code, which is index.html, which is the basic file to display my first CI/CD pipeline. And also, we have to create a YAML file for writing the GitHub actions code. So let's create index.html. So I have created one folder which is CI/CD pipeline, which is a repository in my GitHub. So let's create one index.html. So basically for that, under my folder, let's create source file. Here source file is basically all the code which will be required in this project. Under this source file, let's create index.html, which is the basic one. Like we will create just normal basic one by printing my first CI/CD pipeline. CI/CD pipeline. So this is the index.html code, and next we have to write the YAML file. So for that we have to create one more folder under the project under the CI/CD, which is dot .github. Under GitHub again workflows. In this we have to create a new file which is main.yaml. So we write the GitHub Actions code in YAML format. So main.yaml is the file we write it. So for this first step is nothing but name of the GitHub Actions. So this will be my first CI/CD pipeline. And next we will write some code so that where when a new code is pushed onto my GitHub, it should start triggering. So for this, let's start with on. On is the keyword we use in YAML for this GitHub. Under on, let's write push. Why do you need push? You need push because when you write the code, you push into my GitHub or in your GitHub by triggering it. By triggering it, then the workflow gets started. So by pushing the code, the workflow will get like running. Under the push, let's go to the branches. So my code is under main. So let's write under main. We need to think about we should be careful about spaces, and jobs are nothing but the tasks it should be done. So like that, define the task that workflow could create, execute. And under the jobs, let's write the build or any name you can give here, any name you can give. And next here the steps. No, here we write runs dot on for creating the virtual environment. So here virtual environment is nothing but Ubuntu latest one. So what is it does is it will create an virtual environment in your GitHub so that the code can be executed there. And nothing but steps. Next are steps, which is sequence of the task to be done. And here name. Name is nothing but what to do next. And for this, let's go with checkout repository. What is does is nothing but it will check your repository where your code exists. If it is not done, you cannot able to run the GitHub action file. Next, actions, checkout at the rate v4. Here basically it is like giving like keeping your repositories on your work environment, that is Ubuntu latest. And next is nothing but name and space. Let's give into validate HTML file. So to check whether any HTML files exist or not, here test minus f. Under source file we have index.html. And next is nothing but like let's go to the final statement, which is pipeline has connected. It's a just simple statement. You can do it, complete it. So you can able to see this when your pipeline gets executed. In main.yaml, you have to verify the spaces. It should be very structured way, so correctly, so that you don't get any errors. And by giving this, your code is perfectly written. So what it does, it means this is the name of the GitHub like pipeline name. So if GitHub has various pipelines, so this is the one of the name. So it makes uniqueness. And by pushing the code which is triggered recently, like newly code in the main branch, it goes into it and it starts the pipeline, verify it and goes and check it. And these are the steps to be done. So let's run into my let's add to my GitHub. So we will add all the files in it, and let's commit the newly updated one. So added GitHub workflows. Next is nothing but we have to push. So our code got pushed into my GitHub account. So let's refresh it. So this is the new this is the repository where I have created, and this is the in under actions you can able to verify that your pipeline is executed correctly, like accurately or not. So in this you can able to check the all the steps you have done. It has set up the job, check out the repository recently, like whatever the repository you have given, it will be check out, and all the files can be loaded into it under your environment runtime, that is Ubuntu. Next, it has checked the index.html where I have written, and the pipeline has been executed correctly. So it has printed CI/CD pipeline executed, and so we can able to see that your pipeline CI/CD pipeline is verified and it is working very well. So let's run it. Your our So let's run our HTML index.html. So this is the basic index.html which prints my first CI/CD pipeline. So our another task is that we have to connect with the Netlify 5. So this is our GitHub account and having the CI/CD pipeline as our repository. So in our Netlify account, I have logged into it. So we can connect through the various options. You can like upload your projects, or you can import from the GitHub. So I'm importing from my GitHub account. So I authorized it and with my GitHub. So our name of the repository is CI/CD pipeline, and we have to give one basic like by a project name, which is I'm giving CI/CD pipeline. It should be verified and it should be the name should exist. First project. Next, in this is the main build settings. So our code is at main, so we have to change, we have to be it should be same. And I'm keeping this empty because I'm not using any React or Node.js. So, but in publish repository, I'm using source because our index.html is present in our source repository, source folder. So, keeping in it, and that's it. Next, deploy. So, our project is deploying, it's in progress. So, by clicking it, yeah, you get the code in it. Now, let's change the index.html by changing the basic ones. Let's give GitHub Actions is CI/CD platform, which works in GitHub only, which works with GitHub repository. So I'm keeping it like this, and this is our in our local repository, local system. We the changes are updated. Next, let's update and let's commit to the GitHub. I have changed my index.html, changed my index.html, right? So let's push it. So it get pushed into my origin, like main origin. So let's see. So yeah, I changed my index.html in actions. In actions, our new CI/CD pipeline get executed, and we can see the steps we here, like running the Ubuntu latest images and checking out the repositories and validating our HTML files, and so our CI/CD pipeline gets executed very perfectly. So in our Netflix, by deploying our project, let's refresh this before past one. So as we changed our new code, so by refreshing, it should add some more lines. So let's refresh. Yeah, you got updated one. So the deployed version also able to see the changes in your project. So this is our CI/CD pipeline working with GitHub Actions. So GitHub Actions only works with the GitHub platform. So it is CI/CD platform. While your code is building, testing, and updating, it triggers by pushing it and basically runs. And you can able to see the changes in the Git repository. And also we have deployed in our Netflix. So in Netflix also you can able to change. You can able to update, so everyone can able to see this. So thank you.